All right, so from where I'm standing, the final seconds are ticking off, and congratulations to the New England Patriots. It's opening up the season with a big-time W on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, first and foremost, evidently the Jeffrey Dahmer necrophilia challenge was going on the Pittsburgh Steelers, because we went out there, we were dead, and somehow still being penetrated from behind. First order of business on Cam Kelly. Yeah, get him up out of here, all right? We thought, oh, Sean Davis got hurt, he's not able to go. Let's bring in the backup. We'll have him go out there and play significant number of snaps. He cannot get it done. Somebody get Eric Berry on the phone. I hear he's available, but he's injury prone. Listen, last I checked, when the man's healthy, he's an all-pro, and he's sitting at home. We got to make sure we have some sort of hyperbolic time chamber, some sort of, rehabilitation chamber ready for this man. Somebody get him on the phone. We need to bring in a brand new safety. Now, let's break it down. First and foremost, our offensive line, our defensive line. Congratulations. Clapping hands up for you. Standing ovation, because they fought from the beginning to the end, all right? Let's not go out here and say, well, everything's a complete clusterfuck of us trying to go out there. We suck. No, that's not the case, all right? Because from what I saw throughout the entire game, it's been one individual every single play, 1/11th. 1 out of the 11 on defense or offense that simply did not do their job 100%. Okay, James Washington, it appears the plan this year offensively is let's stretch the ball down the field. He is a deep threat. We're going to throw it vertically down the field to James Washington. Tonight, he only won once. He lost 9 of the times. From what I saw, he had the vertical route about 10 different times. He had about 5 targets on the deep passes. All right, 1 resulted in an interception because he decided, hey, I'm going to release and go inside. For what reasons? That makes absolutely no sense. You understand the safeties are there. Anybody who's played football, anybody who's played receiver, hell, anybody who's played defensive back, you want to force the receiver to go inside. If you're a receiver, you want to go outside. Why would you run inside? You're a professional. You're in the NFL. Get your head out of your rectal sphincter. Now, on the one that he did win, he happened to lose his balance and went out of bounds. That would have been a touchdown if he kept his balance. Now, on the ground, James Conner, I believe it was 10 carries, 21 yards. We can't run the ball if we're constantly losing. Our defense is on the field. I think this game, probably time of possession, I think the Patriots had it about 37 minutes at the least, and that's just off the top of my head. Somebody correct me. I'll probably look at it at this point anyway. But if we can't stop anybody on defense, we'll never be able to run the ball. Anybody who knows the Pittsburgh Steelers, people who've watched over the past couple of years, when we run the ball over 100 yards, we don't lose. But we never had that opportunity. Now, what lost us this game? Our skilled players, our receivers, our defensive backs. We cannot put out a performance like this. Dante Moncrief, you better go home and look yourself in the mirror and figure out what sort of football player you want to be. Because tonight was absolutely atrocious. I've never seen somebody drop this many balls in quite some time. Put him in Times Square. Let him work during the New Year's, because he can drop a ball better than anybody. Okay? Drop more balls than children going through puberty. It makes no sense. You can't go out there and play like that. Guys can't finish plays. How many times do we find ourselves on 3rd and short? Now we're forced to, have to punt on 4th down because we cannot convert. Big Ben made the right reads. He threw the ball to the right guys. We didn't get it done. Regarding play calling, we had some good time. First half, there were decent play calls that were called. We simply didn't execute. However, one thing that bothered me was Vance McDonald's usage was extremely low. He should have been much higher. I understand how the Patriots play the game. People who don't know football like that are going to go and expect, well, Juju Smith-Schuster should have had 150 yards. He's supposed to be our number 1 receiver. We need AB. No, that's not the case. All right, because the Patriots are the best in the league of taking away your first option and your second option. One of the reasons why you didn't see James Conner catch a ton of passes out of the backfield. One of the reasons why you didn't see James Conner go out there and run a ton of football. One of the reasons why you didn't see Juju Smith-Schuster catching a ton of passes until we got to garbage time. So our number 3s, our number 4 receivers, and mostly our number 2 receivers got to go out there and win. Hence why you saw so many chances to James Washington, but he let us down. Dante Moncrief's hell of a number of times the ball coming his way, and he let us down, dropping balls when you need completions. Defensively, our defensive line, like I started the video out, we had stop pressure from them. All right? Did it happen as often as it was last game? No, not at all. However, we got a sack. T.J. Watt was a constant presence back there. Bud Dupree kept losing against the left tackle of the New England Patriots. But hey, that man was playing his butt off, so kudos to him. All right, this National Football League. You may lose sometime because the person you're going against is a professional too. It's not like you're going against a scrub. This ain't college. All right, now our linebacking core, it was a hit and miss. It was a hit and miss today. Sometimes we had good coverage, other times we didn't. Or I should say most times we didn't. There's no reason why we should have, Vince Williams guarding Julian Edelman. There's no reason why Devin Bush, although he is young, he can cover. I don't want to see him on Julian Edelman. The Patriots did a sensational job at picking and choosing who they wanted to go after. Barron, he was trying to guard James White, but the man did not pick up 100% every single time. He's moving slow. You're jogging. It's a third down. James White's going across the field. You're jogging to get to the other side. It's man to man. You got to be able to cover. Effort. And that's not what we had today. Joe Hayden missing tackles. Edmonds missing tackles. You're supposed to improve. You're a first-round pick from last year. You got to be able to get it done. You're going to be another Artie Burns. You're just playing a different position if you cannot improve. We need guys to do their job. That's it. Patriots came out, they rubbed their scrotum, rubbed their nutsack all over our helmets all day long. Now, if we talk about health, I didn't like the way we saw people limping off the field. Joe Hayden limped off the field at one point. We had Marquise Pouncey limp off the field at one point. Juju Smith-Schuster limped off the field to end the game. Guys need to be able to stay healthy. Nobody is allowed to get hurt. Back when I was in high school, if you got hurt, you got to play. You're not allowed to get hurt. You're not allowed to get hurt. This Pittsburgh Steelers team, all of the starters got to figure out a way to stay healthy. If you got to rent a leg somewhere, go rent a leg. If you need me to go amputate somebody's leg and bring you a new one, feel free to let me know. My DMs remain open. I'll help you out. But we can't get hurt. What we put out on the field today, piss poor, terrible. Can't have that moving forward. Now, you played against the best team in the league. So you get an opportunity to see how winners get it done. So you'll take what you learned from today, look at it on film, and it's only up from here. Because I highly doubt you're ever going to see a secondary as good as this Patriots secondary until you see Baltimore. And that's in about 4 weeks. So up until the next couple of secondaries we're going to see, they're not as good as the Patriots. The front line, they're not as good as the Patriots. You're playing against the absolute best. So you got to learn from here, moving forward. All right? So ultimately, it's been a terrible evening. At least from a fan perspective. However, as a football player, if you have the right mind, you got to learn. Figure out what you did wrong, regroup, rebuild, and then go out there and execute next week at home against Seattle. All right? Get your hands up in here. Steelers on 3. Rebuild, or I should say regroup. Regroup on 6. 1, 2, 3 Steelers. 4, 5, 6 regroup. God damn it. What was that tonight? Ridiculous. They can't play like this.